The Leviathan Raid boasts some of the most grueling challenges and best rewards that Destiny 2 has to offer, but there's even more treasure to be found for players who know where to look. Here's where to find all the hidden loot chests in the underbelly of the Leviathan Raid. When you and your fire team complete a challenge, you'll receive a bunch of loot from the chest that appears, which may include a special key that unlocks a chest in the maintenance tunnels hidden beneath the raid challenges. You'll need to collect a key for each of the 9 chests: Aqueduct, Armoury, Conduit, Drain, Engine, Irrigation, Pipeline, and Transfer for yourself in order to get any loot out of it. Sadly, you won't get anything if another member of your fire team has the key and you don't. For our purposes though, we're going to assume that you've already completed the raid this week, unlocked all the pathways, and already have all the chest keys ready to go. The easiest way to access the Leviathan's underbelly is in the starting embankment area. Beneath the platform you spawn on when starting the raid, drop down onto the walkway below you and head into the small maintenance room at the end of the platform. You'll see 3 columns with 2 switches on them, numbered from left to right, 1 through 6. The sequence to unlock the underbelly is 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6. You can hit them all on your own if you move fast enough, but to reach all of the raid chests once you're inside, you'll probably need at least 2 or 3 people, so it's best to have your friends help you here as well. Once all the switches have been hit in the right order, you'll see a prompt reading "The way is open" appear. Make your way up to the middle level of the embankment to find a set of pipes leading into a darkened hallway. Jump across the pipes and platforms to reach a lift, then use the lift to boost yourself up into the underbelly. Now, you can get any of the chests you have keys for in any order you want, but we're going to show you what we've found to be one of the most efficient loops for collecting them all in one go. We'll start by heading for the transfer room chest. Follow the long hallway from the top of the lift, up a ramp, and around until you reach a door with a switch next to it. Beyond this door, you'll find 4 Watcher robots, which will call in reinforcements if they're alerted to your presence. If you destroy one, the rest will call back up soon after, so the key is to destroy all 4 in quick succession in order to avoid sounding the alarm. If you do get spotted, you can retreat from the room after eliminating the Cabal soldiers that show up and reset the encounter by flipping the switch again. When you take out all the Watchers without being seen, you'll find the transfer chest in a small room directly to the right of where you first entered. Next, we're going to head to the Aqueduct chest. Head out the door to your right when exiting the chest room and jump up onto the catwalk above you. Follow the path into the large chamber with what looks like a stone wall at the far end, and bank right into the maintenance hallway and follow it up through a monitoring station and then down a ramp, then take an immediate left-hand turn at the bottom of the ramp. You'll find yourself in a large room with a massive spinning turbine. You'll find the chest in one of 2 locations in this room. It'll either be in the small alcove off of the platform to the left of the turbine, or a similar hideaway on your right at the far end of the rotating platforms. If it's the latter, jump from platform to platform until you reach the other end of the turbine and grab the chest from the room above you on your right. To reach the next chest, backtrack to the entrance of the aqueduct and head to the end of the chamber on your left, the one with all the dirt piled along the wall. Drop down the air shaft at the end of this room, then make a left into the large chamber with the golden chains from the royal pools. Drop down another shaft at the end of this area, then activate the switch at the bottom of the platform to activate the Watcher encounter beyond the engine room door. The 4 Watchers in here are located around and behind the engine machinery. Once they've been quietly dispatched, collect the loot from the chest at the far end of the room across from where you entered. Backtrack to the door you entered the engine room from and make your way into the ventilator shaft. You'll need to avoid being killed by the air bursts from the giant fans here, so use the small barricades in the middle of each fan chamber to brace yourself against the wind, then deactivate the fans using the control console beneath each one. There's a platform above you to the left in the center of the ventilator shaft. Jump up to it to find this chest tucked into the alcove here. Proceed past the final ventilator fan and travel up the air shaft at the end. Head into the small hallway directly to your left at the top of the shaft and follow the hall until you reach another Watcher door. There are 2 Watchers at opposite ends of the top floor of the pipeline exchange and another 2 near the middle of the level below you. Once they've been dealt with, collect the chest from the room below where you entered on the bottom level of the room. From the top level of the pipeline exchange, head into the small maintenance tunnel opposite the hallway you entered the room from. Follow it to the left and continue into the hallway until you reach a shaft. Then drop down to trigger the switch and start another Watcher encounter. There are 2 of them directly ahead of you when the door opens, another off to the right, and one last one in the opposite corner. Once they've been eliminated, claim the drain chest from the room across from where you came in, then head back up the shaft and retrace your steps through the pipeline room to the top of the shaft off the ventilator. Make your way down the hall and drop down into the pipe from the offshoot on your right. Follow these tunnels through the hall leading to Callus's throne room and into the one on the other side, then jump up into the electrical maintenance room. Jump to the passage out on the right side of the room, then leap across the platforms to reach the door at the other end. Follow this hall to another shaft, then jump down into the conduit room. You'll be jumping down directly on top of a Watcher, so be ready to take them all out as soon as you hit the ground. Once they've been dealt with, collect your chest loot from the room off the passage on the left-hand side of the room. Head to the other end of the conduit room and into the small room with a large fluorescent light over a grated wall. Jump onto the pipes to climb onto the platform above the light, and carefully make your way around to the right and along the pipes through the center. You'll notice that below each landing platform in the room is a sigil for each of the challenges. The chest will be in the room on your right without any symbol underneath it. To reach the final chest, navigate across the pipes to the platform to your left, the one marked with the twin axis of the gauntlet. Follow this path through the large plant storage room, then continue through the hall until you can jump up into the hallway that leads to the gauntlet. Head into the maintenance tunnel on the right side of the hall, then clamber through the pipes until you reach the entrance to the armory. Flip the switch and eliminate the last group of watchers to claim your prize. Hopefully that's earned you some great new loot. For more on Destiny 2, check out our guide to boosting your character and power levels, finding exotic weapons, plus our full guide to the Leviathan Raid, right here on IGN.